I actually forgot to add us, but big up everybody that is here. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Listen, Zubimendi rejects Liverpool. Zubimendi tells Liverpool to hold that. Another guy, another player, open bracket, at Zubimendi. It started with 𝐔𝐬𝐞 and it went for Jude Bellingham. I say though, now it is Zubimendi. For some reason, we don't know why. Zubimendi was not convinced with the Liverpool project. He said, I would rather stay at Real Sociedad, not play Champions League, not compete for La Liga, rather than go into Liverpool. What makes it even worse is that the reports are saying that they aren't even going to give Arne Slot the tools to challenge for the Premier League. They aren't backing the guy. They aren't giving Arne Slot the tools, the DM that he requires to challenge for the Premier League. Liverpool failed their fans. Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards failed their fans unless they pull out a miracle in the last 20 days, or you want to call it 17 days in the transfer market. They literally failed the rebuild already. They need a DM, and everyone knows that. Every single one in the world. Tom Little knows that. HUSAM knows that. Everyone knows that they need a DM. They've been screaming for a DM, and they bid for a DM, and the DM said, I'm not convinced. I'm not coming. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely annoying for Liverpool fans. Everyone in the chat, we got 600 people here. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Big up everyone that joined from the Football Terrace. Make sure to like the video first. We need to get to 500 likes right off the bat. I'm here with Tom Little himself. Listen, I had to convince this guy to come on the channel because I really wanted to hear a Liverpool's perspective. I texted Tom and I said I needed you, and Tom accepted. So here is Tom. You guys talk to Tom and tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think.
It's the history of Liverpool, isn't it? It could only be Liverpool who have everything agreed for a player, and then a PowerPoint presentation about mountains stops us getting him. It could only happen to us. There's no way of beating around the bush or trying to paint this in another way. This is a real bad look for the football club. The third year in a row, our top target has rejected us, which again, not great. The idea that we're now not going to go for another 6 as well is a bit mind-boggling. You know, you can't go out one week and say the 6 is the position that you're focusing on, it's the prime position, and then you don't buy your DM, your DM rejects you, and then you go, oh, well, we don't need one anyway. I can't put up with a season of Gravenberch in the 6. Liverpool can't. It will not work. It will blow up in our face. Whatever way it's happened, you know, the stories coming out are that we got his word that he wanted to join, and then he's went back on his word and decided to stay for the 3rd time. I don't know why we're shocked. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. What's happened when it's fool me 3 times? This is the 3rd time he's done it. Why are people shocked that he does this now? The fact we've gone so public with it is probably, I'll be honest, going to be the line that they use for not buying a 6. They will say that the market became tough once Zubimendi turned us down because clubs knew we were after a 6 and the prices went up and this, that, and the other. And it's just sort of, it's a really shambolic way of operating. And there will be a lot of question marks. There will be a lot of criticism pushed towards certain people. And it's going to raise a lot of questions from you know, the fan base and from within the club. You know, what's Virgil van Dijk thinking? What's Trent thinking? What's Salah thinking? Seeing all this unfold again and again and again. The only saving grace is they still have 19 days to save this.
To do what? To do what?
To fix them 6. Buy a 6. Buy all the positions that we need. The window's not shut yet.
But they said they're not buying a 6.
They can say what they want. We were told that Danny Ward was going to be our goalkeeper for a year, and then the next day Alisson was signed. The club can try and control PR in whatever way. The fact of the matter is, people see through this bollocks now, because you cannot say we don't need a 6 when you have went for a 6 for 3 years straight. It doesn't add up. Football fans aren't idiots. They're not stupid. They don't live in this fucking article where, oh, whatever the club says is the truth. We're not idiots. We understand you need a DM. I know we need a DM. My fucking Nam probably knows we need a DM from watching us. We need a DM. Our only DM doesn't play because the manager doesn't like him. What do we do there? You can't tell me then you don't need a DM. So whether this, I look at it as like this desperate attempt to try and save market standing. Zubimendi was the best option on the market. He's not the only option. If the club run the narrative that Zubimendi is the only option on the market, then it's bollocks. It's bollocks. It's complete and utter bollocks. There are names there. Are they of a Zubimendi caliber? No. But we cannot afford for a 3rd season straight to not have a top DM or a good enough DM in that position. We can't. It killed us last season. It killed us the year before that. It's going to kill us again this season. It will do. It's been a problem position for the past 3 seasons. I just don't get how they've not managed to get one through the door. And this one,
What do you mean? You target the wrong players, bro. You had Onana out there for 50 million from Everton.
Mo, the last word says it all. Everton.
Okay. What about Douglas
Everton,
Luiz?
Douglas Luiz.
He literally suits the system, Tom.
I don't
Good on the ball.
I don't think if you look at Zubimendi and Douglas Luiz, they're not the same type of player. We clearly want a player who is a Zubimendi ilk. That's clearly what we've gone for. In the old era under Klopp, I'd be desperate for a Douglas Luiz. But now we clearly want someone who's maybe a bit less physical, but a lot more calm and confident and composed on the ball. Now, the issue that you've got is you have sort of basically exposed that to the world, and teams with DMs who fit that mold are just going to start asking for more money because your hand's been played. Everyone's seen your cards, which for that to happen for the 3rd season run is fucking stupid. And I still maintain that I'm not going to give a 100% judgment until the end of the window, because hopefully they pull the finger out and save it. And yeah, we didn't get Zubimendi, but we get a DM, we get a left back, we get a forward, and we add a centre back. And then all of a sudden, everything's rosy again. But you spent the last week on this deal doing nothing else seemingly in the background, certainly not going for another DM. And now we've not got him. So what do we do there? I mean, this fucks us up for negotiating positions anyway with players, because any player that we go after now for DM knows they were second choice. And how many players are going to sit there at the negotiating table and go, oh, I'm fine with that. That's fine by me. And how many are going to go, well, you should have went from, I'm not doing it. You should have been looking at me. I'm not comfortable being just the backup option. This is the real problem that we've got. The fact this ended up getting played out in public so much is a real problem for us. And if
why
I was
do you think he didn't go for real? Why do you think he didn't go?
Because a lot of Basque players don't go. And we've seen this for the past 3 windows with him, where he turned down Barca, he turned down Bayern, and he turned down Arsenal. Now, apparently, he said yes to us earlier on in the window, and now he's turned his back on that. But there was a period of time where he said yes. So why didn't we activate the clauses then? Why didn't we push through to get the deal done then? Why did we try and negotiate a fucking fee for a player that the club doesn't want to lose? They were strong-armed into a position with a guaranteed buyout clause. Pay the fucking clause. The money wasn't the issue. It was the fact we sat there and tried to negotiate it. And then we clearly panicked towards the end when he started having doubts and went, oh, we'll just pay the clause now. But he was doubting then, and it was pointless. Again, we've just mismanaged another situation with the top target. We mismanaged it with Caicedo. We mismanaged it with Lavia. And now we've mismanaged it with Zubimendi. Now, the part that gets me is this was the new regime. We weren't supposed to be making these mistakes. Last season, them mistakes were allowed because, we had 𝐔𝐬𝐞 𝐂𝐨𝐝, who was fucking, God knows where he was, and this, that, and the other. But this was the new regime that's supposed to be leading us forward for the next 10 years. For this to be the first thing they've done is a big blow. And couple that on the fact that we haven't got any of the big players tied down to new contracts. It's not a good look for the football club.
Van Dijk was talking today about that. He was asked about the contract. He said it's not a priority for the club. To be honest with you, Tom, I'm looking at Liverpool and I'm like, you got a good manager that looks very good.
Mm-hmm.
Now tie the players down, get him the DM that he wants,
and
let him cook. He ain't. They aren't. Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes starting on the wrong foot.
They have done, and like I said, it's a real bad look at the minute. It could get worse if by the end of the window they haven't addressed it. It could get better if at the end of the window they have addressed it. But right now, this is a bad look. This is a PR disaster. And It's not on the manager, and that's one person who's not getting the blame.
No,
Arne
it's
Slot's got
not
nothing to
his
do with
fault, bro.
this, and this isn't to do with Arne Slot pull this that and the other. We've been getting rejected when Jurgen Klopp was the manager. This is a different problem with how we are trying to orchestrate and organize deals, and how there's almost an arrogance that people will just join us in that way. You've got to put in the groundwork on this sort of stuff, and you've also got to not be fucking taking the piss out of. We got the piss taken out of us with 𝐒𝐤𝐿. We took the piss out of Lavi, who then just told us to fuck off, and then we got the piss taken out of us with Zubimendi. So 2 out of 3 is a real bad look. So like I said, there's time, there's options. You can fix the problem this window, but if they end this window without a 6, then I'm sorry, there's massive concerns. And Arne Slot's not being given the platform to succeed. He's not. It's the one position that every Liverpool fan has said we need improvements in. I mean,
Your
Jesus
DM
Christ.
himself said that you need a DM.
Our DM is a 31-year-old who came from fucking Stuttgart, who in relegation battles until he left, and then they finished fucking second. That's our DM. He can't pass a ball. That's our DM. Our best. Do you know what's stupid? Our best DM option is fucking Gravenberch, and that man doesn't know how to defend. But he's been our best DM this preseason. If that's not a point of contention as to why you should be going for a DM, I don't know what is. I don't care if they are not the top guy on your list. We don't have the luxury of quality in that position to where you can be selective about who you get. You need to plug the hole. This isn't like, the paint's fallen off the wall. No, a fucking car crashed through the wall. We've got a gaping hole in the wall, and we're sitting there going, I reckon a new lick of paint would do nice on that. The rain's coming in. Fucking animals are coming in. The snow's coming in. The weather's coming in. The house is fucking wrecked. But you know what? We're putting a new lick of paint on there because you know what? I don't think we can do much more to fix this. What are we doing? Oh no! I don't need a centre back. I don't need a centre back, Nobbins. I'll be honest. I don't need a centre back. Questions have
From
to be
outside looking.
Got to be asked.
From outside looking. Yeah. From outside looking, people. Listen, there's 1,200 people here. Hit that like, guys. We cannot stay here without 1,000 likes. It's a legendary stream. And by the way, do you know, guys, what Terry said? It's the same date. It's the anniversary of the Caicedo rejection. It's today. 1 year later. Guys, 1 year later, it's the anniversary. It's the bride's anniversary. Liverpool, the bridesmaids, Liverpool. It's the anniversary for them. It's the Caicedo again. Listen, objectively, no banter. Objectively, guys, no banter. If Liverpool don't get a competent DM, right, and they're asking Arne Slot to do something, I think they're setting him for failure. Because the one thing that he's crying for is a DM, as Tom said. There were people, and I'm going to say this again, people in the chat. There were DMs available in the market. There were people, but we have been told by Tom, we have been told by HUSAM, we have been told by every Liverpool fan, they are assessing the team. Arne Slot needs to assess.
He
you didn't need to assess the DM.
No.
You didn't need to.
That's the thing. No,
you didn't need to.
But he's now assessed the team. So he's identified what he wants and he couldn't get him.
Tom, stop. You didn't need assessment to know that you need a DM, Tom.
No, I know.
From July 1st. From July 1st, Tom. July 1st.
Mo,
you didn't need assessment.
I know we didn't. But if you want to toe the club's line, he's assessed his squad. You could see by the way he managed the friendlies that Endo wasn't part of the first team. Therefore, you need a DM, and the DM you identify, you don't get. So now you try and say, well, we don't need one. We don't need one. Endo knows he's not wanted. Fucking hell, he was doing shifts with the children in America. He didn't get to play with the first teamers. Fucking Trey Ione was getting more minutes. Endo knows he's not in the manager's plans. What's going to happen on the 1st of September when Endo walks into the training ground, the slot's there, twiddling his thumbs, going, "All right, Wataru lad, do you want to come play for me again? Got some injuries now. I need you to play." Do you think that's going to fucking work? No, it's not. Unless Arne Slot is the greatest developmental manager of all time and can turn Gravenberch into Rodri, we have massive problems. Massive problems. And I don't know how they can sit there and try and spew stuff to us about how, we might not get a 6 anyway. What do they expect next summer? Because I can tell you what happens. If we go to next summer and our top target's Adam Wharton, I'm putting money on him fucking rejecting us. It'd be 4 years in a row at that point. It's not a coincidence. If we get to next summer and the whole line is they've got one DM in the mind, I'm not getting my hopes up. Why'd they get me hopes up? And it's not like there aren't options right now. Are you telling me with a straight face, Mo, that if we went to Newcastle and put down 100 million, they would say no to Bruno G?
Yeah, they will.
Really?
He will. He might not go. He might not go to Liverpool. He will wait for me. I promise you.
But I don't know. I still think that there's an element there where you could.
I would say no. They would say no.
But even then, if you want to go to if you want to go to Palace then and put down 80 million for Wharton, do you think Adam Wharton's saying no to Liverpool?
No, he won't. He would say yes.
There's DMs there on the market. Even if you want to go cheap, go to Stuttgart and get Stiller. His numbers are very good, and he cost you 20 million. And if that's your, stopgap for a year, at 23 with years to develop, that's what a stopgap.
I'm gonna tell you. Do you know double pivot? You know who should Liverpool go for? Hijack Moreno. Mikel Moreno. Hijack Moreno. Offer more money.
I don't even want to deal with fucking
to get rejected again. To get rejected.
No, you know what? We'd fucking offer for him, and Sociedad would just reject our offer. We could offer more. They just reject our offer. Fuck Sociedad. Honestly, presentations about mountains and it works.
Come on. Okay, Tom. Be realistic. They wanted to keep their guy, and they were able to convince the guy. Don't tell me mountains.
Logically,
yeah. Come on. Logically speaking, they offered the guy.
They didn't offer anything.
You fucked it up.
They didn't offer anything more. They offered a lot less money than we did, and we had a better.
Yeah, they offered him a new contract. I think that's 60% of what Liverpool offered.
Yeah, like they can't offer anywhere financially. It was just we left the door open for them to talk.
You know how you fucked it up? Someone said it in the chat. You know how I fucked it up? You remember the Ederson talks at the beginning of the window? He already agreed. But do you know what you did? You guys in the chat, guys, can we get to 1,000 likes? There is almost 1,300 people here. Tom, let me tell you what you did. You did a Lavia Caicedo again. You negotiated for Ederson.
This had nothing to do with Ederson, by the way. We haven't even tried.
I'm gonna explain to you.
No, but we haven't even tried. We haven't tried for Ederson.
Reports are saying you did try for Ederson. Why are you denying it?
What reports? None of our
everywhere in Italy.
None of our journalists have. If anything, we brought up Ederson to our journalists, and we got told, "Yeah, no, we don't like him. He's not the guy that we're after." And when you don't like Ederson. I don't mind Ederson, but the football club don't like Ederson for what we need. We haven't tried for Ederson. Our cock up was Zubimendi is clearly a very passionate guy about Basque and Sociedad and that. The moment he said yes, we basically should have just kidnapped him, paid the clause, get him over before he can even doubt it. The fact is, we got him to say yes and then spent the better part of a week talking to Sociedad, acting like Sociedad was just going to be like, "Oh, go on then. Go on then. Go on then." No, Sociedad went, "Oh, well, if they're going to, not pay the fee, then we can still have him. We can still, we can train with us. He can play with us." And then they launched their, charm offensive for a guy who loves the city and loves the club. And shock horror, it fucking works. We had to just pay it there and then. Trying to negotiate more money, but a better structure. We just sold Carvalho for 27.5 mil. Like, we don't need structured deals in such a way. When opportunities like this come up, you pay the money. We cannot always try and cut corners and swerve and this, that, and the other. It's not going to work. This was a massive cock up, and they have 19 days to fix it. And I know that they're going to sit there and go, oh well, there's not another Zubimendi on the market. Tough shit, there isn't. If you want to go for the top DM next summer, that's what you got to do. But you cannot leave Slot to dry now. You cannot give him Jones and Gravenberch as DM options. It's not going to work. I don't care if you get Stiller. I don't care if you have to go back to Brazil, fucking tail between your legs and go get that fucking Andre fella that we were umming and on about last summer. I don't care who it is. Get me a DM. And then, guess what then? You have a succession plan. You know, something that we struggled with in recent years, but you now reintegrate a succession plan. So you bring in a young DM now, you know, a Angelo Stiller from Stuttgart, who's 23. He does a year. He gets better. Next summer, let's just say for argument's sake, Adam Morton becomes available. You pay the big money for Adam Morton. All of a sudden, you have a solid defensive midfield rotation, something we haven't had under Jurgen Klopp. We never had that under Jurgen Klopp. When Fabinho couldn't play, we were fucked. We never had solid DM rotations. The last time we had a solid DM rotation was 2008 with Mascherano and Lucas. You can fix that in 2 windows, 2 fucking windows, if you pull your finger out and buy a DM now. Whether you want to go to Portugal and get Varela or Hajulmand, whether you want to go Germany and get Anton Stack or Stiller. I don't even know the fuck there is in Spain. There's probably loads in Spain who fit the tippy-tappy model. There's probably a bunch in it. You'd know Italy better than I do. There's probably a bunch of solid options
By
in
the way,
Italy.
there is a player that is very similar to Zubimendi, and I think it's better. Fabian Ruiz, a Spanish as well. PSG don't fancy him. He's more expensive a little.
I mean, it's not like there is no options. There's clearly options there. Now, the fact we've had the only part I have somewhat sympathy over is the fact that he said yes and then went back on his word. That's the only part I've got somewhat sympathy with the club with, because it wasn't like he never said yes and we were just operating in the dark like we were with Caicedo.
I'm not sure if he said yes though. He said
did.
I'll think about it.
No,
I'll think about it.
He said yes early on in the negotiations. That was why we started talking to Sociedad, and then because we waited so long, he decided in the end to say no to us and stay loyal to Sociedad.
It's a very strange.
Yes. But Mom, you're asking my football club don't do normal. We don't do normal transfers. We don't do normal shit like that. I have missed out on a DM.
I remember Husam telling me, we don't do sagas, man. We don't do sagas.
Oh, no. We do sagas. We fucking love a saga at the minute. I can't remember the last DM we signed. Genuinely, the last DM we signed that wasn't Wataru Endo was Fabinho. We have not signed. We've signed one fucking DM since 2018. One. Fabinho left. Fabinho was doing so many minutes.
One DM,
season, and we only have one DM. Jordan Henderson were dropping and do minutes there. James Milner were dropping and do minutes there. Gini Wijnaldum were dropping and do minutes there. Thiago. We never had a backup DM. We actually don't even have either a DM or a backup right now. There is neither. I
don't have a starting DM that is competent.
I told you,
because Endo's.
We are going to go to Ipswich away with Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister as a double pivot. And then we will play, I think it's Brentford at home, with a McAllister Gravenberch double pivot.
Guys, for everyone that thinks Endo, Tom, can you just tell the people where does Endo stand? For the people that think Endo's a DM, tell them again, Tom. This is crazy. Guys, I'm just telling you, Endo is not in the plans. They play the youngsters instead of Endo. He is not in the plan because he doesn't play good football on the ground. So Arne Slot doesn't like him.
I will tell you right now, Tyler Morton is a better DM for us for the way we want to play than Wataru Endo is. Wataru Endo cannot pass the ball. And in this system, they really need to pass the ball. So it's just, we fucked up. We massively fucked up. And now you're playing, you're trying to make it up all window. You're going to be trying to make it up all fucking window. And the idea, whilst I like to believe that the whole Liverpool aren't going to go buy a 6 is bollocks and a PR spin, if it comes out to be true and we don't buy a 6, and I have to watch, but bear in mind, we have aspirations of, challenging for the title, going far in the Champions League, winning a domestic cup. You're not doing that with a DM rotation of Gravenberch and Endo. You are not. It's not happening. So where do you go from there? There's massive problems that need to be fixed. And for the first move of your time at the football club to go this catastrophically wrong in the public eye, it's not a good start. And questions and concerns are going to be raised, and rightly so. Rightly so.
I'm looking at this and I'm thinking one thing. I'm thinking Liverpool have got it all wrong. Everything. Everything is wrong. You waited late in the very late. You targeted the player that likes the best.
I know when you look at Zubimendi,
me and you disagree on this. Me and you disagree. But I think you got it all wrong. You waited very late in the window. When already players went on pre-seasons. When already clubs don't have time to sign replacements. When they are desperate to keep their players. You know what I mean? They are desperate to keep Zubimendi because already that's the thing. Today it was reported, Tom, that Real Sociedad didn't want to lose both Moreno and Zubimendi. If Liverpool targeted Zubimendi from the beginning of the window, maybe Arsenal would not have been ahead in the negotiation for Moreno. Maybe Sociedad would have told Moreno, you have to stay. But now, because Arsenal are way ahead in the process, Zubimendi has to stay. Have you ever thought about it this way?
It's a different case with Moreno because he's in the last year of his deal and he won't sign on. So Sociedad kind of have to sell him, otherwise they don't get any money. Our fuck up was because when you look at it in hindsight, I know why we waited until August, because Zubimendi in Spain went far in the tournament, so he only left his holidays on August the fucking 4th or 5th, which is when we started, when the story broke, type thing. The problem was you didn't pay the release clause or the buyout clause, sorry, when he said yes. Therefore, you left the door open for Sociedad to convince him to stay. And I can't bemoan Sociedad for that. We did the same with Gerrard. I'd want us to do the same with Trent if it came down to it. You want your homegrown players to stay at your club. I can't bemoan Sociedad for that, regardless of if I wanted Zubimendi or not.
Yeah, of course. They wanted their player. They're losing Moreno. They wanted the player to stay.
We now have to massively fix up, because this is something I'd expect the old regime, where you had fucking 7 different people throwing the hat in the ring and fucking CEOs trying to negotiate transfer deals and this, that, and the other. This should be a efficient regime right now, and they've cocked up at the first hurdle by trying to be cute and negotiate a better, upfront price and this, that, and the other. When that was stupid. You have to get a DM. You have to. If I don't care if you go out and buy me a real good left back and a real good left winger. If we end this window without a DM, it's a failure of a window. It's a failure of a window.
100%.
If we end this window without a DM, it's a failure. And let's just say, by miracle's sake, Liverpool, Gravenberch suddenly becomes this real good DM next season, and he kicks on, and him and McAllister form a great partnership, and Liverpool go on to achieve my expectation for next season, which is, a title challenge, a real good Champions League run, and winning 1 or 2 domestic cups. That doesn't absolve anyone. That is luck. That you have lucked your way to that, because we cannot sit here right now and say Gravenberch is definitely going to be a good 6.
No, he's not a good 6.
Exactly. So,
What are you
so,
talking
the,
about?
so the only way we get success is if Gravenberch suddenly develops into this real good six. Is that going to happen? Most likely not,
No,
unless
that's most
Arne Slot
likely
is a
not.
miracle
Come
worker.
on.
So,
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
we won't hit expectations next season if we don't get a 6. You've wasted the year if you don't get a 6. Questions will be asked by your best players if you don't get a 6, because it is the hole in the fucking team, and it is blatantly obvious to see. Blatantly obvious.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
do you know what my
And
worst
then
nightmare is?
you keep Van Dijk, you have Trent, you have Salah, you have Allison, you have McAllister. You
Do you
get a
want to know
DM,
do you want
your
to know
team
what my worst nightmare
is
is, though, Mum? Do you want to know what my worst nightmare is? We sign a DM in January,
no,
and
but
he's
fuck
really
that, bro.
and he's really good, and he nearly saves our season. We nearly win the league, but we are in such good form and play so well in the second half of the season. You sit there at the end of the season and go, why the fuck didn't they just buy him in the summer? That's my worry. If they sit there and buy a DM in January and he fixes all the problems like he most likely will, but we fall just short because we didn't fucking do it in the summer, I'll be livid. I'll be livid. It's there. It's right.
Yeah.
This has not become a sudden problem. This has been a problem since we lost the Champions League final. That's how long
Oh
it's been
yeah.
a problem.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Fabinho
Yeah,
was
yeah.
fucked. We'd ran Fabinho into the ground that year. Anyone could see that. It has been a problem since the summer of 2022. We are going to address the problem in the summer of 2025. How the fuck does that work?
You haven't.
That's what I'm
You
saying. We'll
haven't.
address it next summer.
Let me do the super chats. Andrew's saying, I told you in June, Mo, not signing anyone, not watching another game until FSG leave. I will not watch another game until they leave since 2010. Get out. They manage the club in the wrong way. This is ridiculous that your fifth main target not come to the club. It's ridiculous, Andrew. And I agree with you. It's just not on on Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes. Dinishin is saying, even when the dog will reject Liverpool, they are finished. Dinishin, appreciate you, my friend from Canada. Papa Beard, we have DMs. Throw us an offer. Chelsea fan.
I don't want
Get
any.
love you.
I mean, I'd take
You would
Caicedo.
cry
I'd
for
take Caicedo.
Caicedo. You would
I was
cry
lying.
for
I'd love
Caicedo.
Caicedo. I'd love Caicedo. Fucking hell. I'd love
Yes, you
Caicedo.
know you will. Okay, Destroyer is saying, hi, Tommy Little. Fuck FSG. Gravenberch is not a 6. That's what Tom has been screaming. Not a 6. He's not a 6. Watch Szoboszlai.
He's barely an 8. He's barely a fucking 8. And we're going to try and blame him as the deepest line midfielder.
DDJ is saying, what do all these players know that we don't? The players they got won't resign, and new players don't want to go there. You think that holds some water?
It's tough because we have brought in a lot of players. It's just that the guys that we want for a specific position haven't joined. The better thing would, why the fuck can't we sign a 6? We've signed 8. We've signed fullbacks. We've signed centre backs. We've signed attackers.
Forwards, Nunes,
Why can we
Diaz,
not?
Jota.
Why is 6 the one position that we can't buy? Why can we just not buy a number 6? How is that the problem? Fucking hell, we've been better at buying a goal. We've got Mamardashvili lined up. You know, the Georgian keeper from the Euros, who had a really good tournament. We've got him lined up and we might loan him out to Bournemouth for a couple of years. That's a good signing. We don't even need a fucking goalkeeper. We're stocked, but we're doing good business in goal. And yet we can't, for the life of us, buy a fucking 6. Are we cursed? Are we cursed? Did we sell our souls to win that Premier League?
What is his name? Mama Chilla, whatever. Agreed already.
Like, he wants to come and like we're negotiating the deal. But this is the thing. Did we like sell our soul to win that Premier League? And as a result, we had to like give up the chance to buy any 6s again for 10 years. Like, what's it? I genuinely think we'd have better success in buying a centre back and turning them into a 6. Because fucking hell, any good 6 turns us down. And the reasons are comical. We got turned down because a fucking fella likes mountains.
No, I don't think that's the case. He didn't want to join Liverpool. He wasn't convinced. Come on, Tom. You know what I'm talking about. He wasn't convinced. At least United buys players even if they overpay. That's one of the things. Maybe you could have convinced him with money.
I mean, it's not that it's not a flex. I would rather be in the state I'm in than the state United's in, because United are trying to make.
Yeah, but you would have overpaid. You would have been okay overpaying for Zubimendi.
In a sense, yeah, but that's not what United overpays for past it players. Zubimendi's not past it, so it would be like me paying for Casemiro now. I don't want a Casemiro now. The problem with United's old way of running, I've said I would because we don't know what the new one's like. They would buy players, put them on really high wages, and then couldn't shift them on again. At least we can shift ours on because they don't have fucking high wages. Not that we fucking do, because we just let them run out the contracts and then sit there and go, oh, that's not what a self-sustaining club does. Why does it do that? It's just
Zubimendi loyalty. One, move on. However, next point is we're at the end of the window. You think Varela or any other DM wants to move now the season is about to start?
If they're at a club like Sporting or Porto, yes.
Yeah, they would move. They would move 100%, guys.
Zubimendi, you said it yourself. Zubimendi's loyalty was the factor there. Alan Varela does not have that loyalty to Porto. Hujulman does not have that loyalty to Sporting. Stiller does not have that loyalty to Stuttgart. This is still Liverpool. We can still convince these fucking 40 million quid DMs to come our way. The problem is going to be, are they going to want to now they know they are a clear second choice? That's the problem we chucked ourselves in.
Sam, again, thank you, Husam Habibi, for the super chat. He's saying, in my opinion, we missed on Barella. Barella would never have been joining Liverpool.
Barella's also not a 6. That would be like we'd just be putting McAllister in 6. It'd be like having 2 McAllisters in the 6 and McAllister in the 6. The problem himself. Oh,
we got rejected by Tchouaméni. Barella was ready to come. However, we wanted to wait for Jude Bellingham. Barella is not a 6. Guys, you need to understand, Barella is not a 6. That guy is saying, Mo, is it worth to overpay the release clause to get your number 1 target? Okay?
You don't need to
That's
overpay.
not even a question, Habibi.
You don't need to overpay.
You need to just pay it. Just pay it. Just pay it, not overpay. Okay, my friend, just pay the damn fee, bro. Pay the fee. Give Sociedad an offer they can't refuse. There is no offer. Sociedad don't have any, they don't have any cards here. It was a release clause. Pay it. The player is yours. Nabil is saying liver, no pull, getting rejected left and right. 5th player is crazy, bro. 5th player is crazy. Clown thinking about winning the league. What are you thinking about winning the league if you got a DM?
You'd be in that conversation if you added everyone. Like I said on the past National League, Liverpool should be thinking about being in the conversation because if you add the right players, you're there. If you add a defender and a DM, you're in that conversation. If we don't, fucking hell, we do not deserve to be anywhere near that conversation. What the fuck are we going to do if we go away to the Emirates with a Gravenberch McAllister double pivot against Odegaard, Rice and Havertz? Fucking hell. They would dissect us like a fucking year 9 biology lesson.
You're getting cooked. Getting cooked. You're getting cooked. But guys, if you don't know, just go watch the stats last year. Liverpool conceded 20% more chances against them than Arsenal and Man City. Why? Because Endo can do so much. That's the point. Crimson is saying, Tom, don't forget Noni is like a new signing.
He's not even a DM, he's an ace. He's a 10. We can't stop putting our best fucking attacking mids in DM. What next? Harvey Elliott doing a job there? Fucking hell.
My God, Destroyer is saying, you can have Henderson back from Ajax. He sucks.
I'm not that desperate. I would rather play with Endo for a year than Henderson. In fact, I'd rather play with 10 men for an entire year than bring Henderson back, I'll be honest.
Guys, we got over 1,000 people here. Guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure to like the video. Guys, the like button, you guys are moving like Liverpool in the transfer market. Like the video, because underneath the live chat, get to 500 likes underneath the live chat. It looks like thumbs up. It helps the algorithms. It helps this humble channel Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit that like button underneath your live chat. What's next, though, for Liverpool before we end?
Pain.
What's next?
A lot of pain.
Pain for who?
Pain for me.
Pain.
Just pain.
Pain.
Just a lot of pain. Like, I don't know if you've seen the stories. They're talking about putting Trent in DM.
Now what?
They're saying that we might not need a DM because Trent can play in DM.
This is crazy. No, it's not happening.
Honestly, if you're not going to buy anyone, you might as well just give fucking Tyler Morton some minutes. Leipzig want to buy him.
What?
Leipzig want to buy Tyler Morton. He must be somewhat okay then. He can't be worse than Endo. And he's 21. And he's homegrown and he came through the academy. So I can at least back him. I can at least back him more. If that's really what you got to do, you do that. You give Bajcetic the minutes. I can't be mad at a 19-year-old. I can't. Like, it's not in me to be mad at Bajcetic after all the shit he's gone through. So the logical move is to go and buy a DM. The best case scenario for us is Tyler Morton or Stefan Bajcetic get minutes next year. The most likely outcome is that Gravenberch starts the season in DM and plays there until he gets injured. Then Jones and Endo start rotating. One of them gets injured, and then we have to do a game where Trent's playing DM and Bradley's at right back, and it's a whole shit. I hope that we get a DM. I want nothing more than for us to get a DM. We need one. That's a stone cold matter of fact. We need a DM. We've needed one since the Champions League final.
Liverpool playing the reverse psychology. DM within 2 days. I think we'll get another DM. Would not surprise me to get Andre Trinidadi or Varela. But they aren't Zubimendi, though. They aren't Zubimendi.
They're not Zubimendi, and that's not going to happen now. Maybe it's something we revisit next summer, or I'll be very shocked. But again, it could be something that gets looked at next summer. Maybe he decides, to stop, to finally move away from Sociedad, after the next season. If not, then there will be other DMs on the market. But you have to get at least a stopgap. I'll keep mentioning his name.
But you have to understand that Ornstein Fabrizio said that you aren't targeting a DM. That you aren't in the market for one.
Yes, but Ornstein said that Zubimendi was going to join. Zubimendi was going to say yes, and they're starting to like these general. We don't know what the fuck we're going to do now. We're in panic stations. We're in panic mode. We were expecting him. Now it's just who fucking knows what. My hope is that we strike up a deal for Angelo Stiller.
40 million pounds, and you can get a Çalhanoğlu. Very good DM.
I don't want a Çalhanoğlu though.
He's 30 years old though.
Yeah, I want someone younger. I'll tell you, Angelo Stiller from Stuttgart is who I'd get. He's 23. He's played in a double pivot last year when Stuttgart got second in the league. His defensive numbers are good. His passing numbers are good. He does everything we need, and he can then be a rotation piece for the next 5 years. That's the logical move to do. If you're not doing that, then just give Tyler Morton the minutes and Bajcetic, and maybe that's what kicks them on to develop, and then the club can do what they like doing loads and saying we've got in-house solutions. But if they're good, I can't bemoan it. What we can't do.
Twitter?
My Twitter.
Why do you have a problem with the fan base?
What?
I don't know. Bell is saying that.
Oh, Vel is just spouting nonsense. At the end of the day, like, this is a bad look. This is a real bad look for us. So we've got to fix this. You cannot expect to achieve next season with Gravenberch as your 6. It's not going to happen.
A bad look for the club. Karen here is saying Ederson from Atalanta is the best option for number 6. He would be perfect next to McAllister. He completes McAllister. Hard-working guy, good on the ball, very physical. He would be absolutely amazing next to McAllister. He's not Zubimendi on the ball, but he has a very good physicality on him.
A lot of people will be amazing next to McAllister. A guy who can receive the ball off the centre-backs and turn out of pressure will be amazing alongside McAllister. The bar is not very high, and yet we still can't apparently find it. So who fucking knows? I should be more angry, but it's kind of comical. It's kind of comical how this happened again.
Listen, people. Guys, Tom is gonna go live in a second. He's gonna start his stream now. This is gonna go to his show. Guys, we're over 1,000 people still here, and we aren't even on 500 likes. Hit the like button underneath your live chat. It will help the show massively. It will help the channel massively. And if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Daily shows, of course, with different panelists, of course. Hit the like button. This show is gonna take you to Tom's channel. Just make sure it is there. It happened. Yes, it's Martin Zubimendi rejects Liverpool. Tom is gonna have a rant. I want to thank everyone that watched us. I want to thank Tom who joined us to give his thoughts as a Liverpool fan. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate everyone that is here. We'll see you guys soon. And we are out of here, people.